brought up the Georgia game. I wanted to bring that up. Obviously, that whole run was awesome. But that game went to PKs.
Yeah.
What was the intensity of just being there and realizing how big of a moment it was for Clemson?
I mean, if I could go back and relive any game, it would be that one.
Really?
I mean, the environment, how we literally scored with a minute left in the game to send it into overtime. I mean, it was so cool. And winning for PKs, we always train PKs and for just in case anything were to happen, for it actually to happen, we're okay, this is actually happening. And to see that all of our work paid off, and just celebrating as a team after was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember just us all running down and meeting in that corner of the field. That was the moment. I was that was so cool.
Yeah.
The minute though we went to PKs, I was we're winning.
Yeah.
Really?
I had no doubt. No, we all looked at each other. We're
I was very, very confident going in. And it was also nice because we had played Georgia earlier in that season and we tied them 1-1. So we really we wanted our get back. So we got it. So it was good.
What made last year's team so special? Because the 2 years before, first round exit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You went to the College Cup for the first time ever.
I think that we just had high expectations for us because we didn't like the way that our season ended, the year before that. And I think that, we had, I don't even know, 5, 6, fifth years that stayed, and they stayed to make this run. Our captains, Hal Hirschfeld and Caroline Conti, were we stayed here for a reason. We didn't stay here to lose. We stayed here to make history. So we are going to do that. So it honestly it wasn't really an option to not get where we did. And we just had so much talent on the team too. So it was incredible to be a part of.
Yeah, I remember that year, our first Hell Friday, which is it's during the summer, and it's when it's the worst. It's the day that you are running so much. And I remember in the talk before we started running, everyone was we've been working for this since last spring. Since the minute they got out, they were working so hard during the spring. And I just remember, I think it was Hal. Hal turned and looked, since us freshmen were standing in a little cluster, she looked at us, she goes, we've been working since spring. She's you guys better catch up because we're she's we are going all the way. And she's and we can't have you guys slacking. I was I captain, I'm ready.
I would have froze. I'd be what's going on here?
Yeah. It was a really good mentality. I mean, the spring before that season, we went undefeated in our spring season. So it kind of set a really good tone off to what we wanted our season to be, last year.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, I mean, it was a great year. Like I said, get into the College Cup for the first time. You're a freshman, so I don't know, that's the expectation for you now.
Yeah.
But did you guys understand the magnitude of how special that was for Clemson's
I think
program?
that once we were there, we're this is
wow.
This is awesome. We're just putting Clemson on the map more than we already are. I mean, we always are a very good competitive program, but to be able to be part of history of the program was super cool. We had this one training that they wanted to kind of prepare us for the College Cup. So we had come out of a film meeting and there were hundreds of cameras everywhere around us. They weren't even on or rolling. They just had people holding them just to kind of make us understand the kind of press that we were going to get out there on the field and to kind of just have to block all of it out.
Mm-hmm.
So the preparation leading up to that was super cool. And it was so nice to obviously the College Cup was out in Cary, but to have the entire journey, because we were the number 1 seed, so we always had home advantage.
Mm-hmm.
To have the entire journey be done at Riggs Field was super cool too.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I remember too when we went to Cary, North Carolina, when we stepped out on that field and there's this giant jumbo screen. It just had a giant Clemson pond and we were all just looking at it and we were that's so pretty. Yeah, it was so awesome.
Has there been a defining moment in your time at Clemson for the both of you where it's just Clemson's special for this reason, or this team has just been awesome to be a part of for whatever reason? Has there been a moment where you're I'm happy I made this decision to be here.
Yeah. I mean, I think that honestly just like going through the tournament last year was amazing when we beat Penn State and like solidified us like kind of in the record books, like holding up like our like regional trophy. It was like super cool, and to be able to like celebrate that with all of our families because it was home at Riggs was super cool. But I think that like entirely like year last year was like memorable.
I feel
all
like
of
you
it.
can't even say like one special part.
Yeah.
Since all of it was like, I just remember each game, like I was like, oh my gosh, like we were all so ready and like so locked in. And
yeah, I mean, even like in the middle of the season, like we were playing Arkansas, and I think at the time like they were ranked 8, we were ranked 9, or we like something, like it was super close, and this was like kind of a game to like define like how good like we actually were gonna be. We ended up winning, and it was like a super big win of the season, and it was like towards the beginning of it too.